Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om, I bow to the Lord Vasudeva. We're going to read today from this first chapter of the Gita, chapter 8. Duryodhana, who is the king of the bad side in human nature, the downward pulling aspect of human nature, he is saying to Dronacharya, the guru of both clans, these people, but Drona sides on his side, so the generals of his side number thyself, Drona, Bhishma, which is the consciousness of being separate, a separate ego identity, Karna, which is outward attachment, outward attachment, and Kripa, which is not in this case mercy or divine grace, as it usually means in Hindi, but rather a personal as opposed to cosmic delusion, Ashwatthama, which is attraction or likes and dislikes. And there's a very interesting footnote here. Ashwatthama, I'm going to read it to you because it's quite involved. Ashwatthama, son of Drona, habits or past samskars, figures prominently in two episodes of the Mahabharata. In the first of them, Yudhishthira, divine calmness, resorts to a trick in order to win against the unbeatable Drona. He disheartens Drona by feigning that Drona's son Ashwatthama is dead. This story suggests a stratagem by which a calm mind can win freedom from attraction through the roots of their can win against bad habits by affirming the non-existence of or one's freedom from attraction through the roots of their attraction, though the roots of their attraction may not yet be extirpated from the subconscious. If you say that I don't have this problem, even though you know you do, it will be a good thing to affirm. When I was trying to overcome smoking and I would go back to it, I would say, instead of I failed, I'd say I haven't yet succeeded. And if you can somehow tell yourself, not to fool yourself, but tell yourself this is dead in me, it will be an affirmation of its ultimate death. So although it's a trick of the mind, we have to use tricks sometimes to kid ourselves into becoming wise. The other aspect of this Ashwatthama is very interesting. In the second episode, after the war of Kurukshetra, Ashwatthama, stealing out in the night, slays what remain of the Pandava heroes. That's an evil deed, you would think. He is therefore cursed to become Amar, deathless. Indeed, attraction is the one negative quality that never changes its intrinsic nature. Other champions of evil are transmuted. Anger is transmuted to calmness, avarice to self-sufficiency, lust to self-absorption in the infinite. Attraction alone remains everlastingly itself, rasha, supremely relishable bliss. The essence of God's consciousness. Indeed, in his consciousness, all human virtues, humility, kindness, generosity, are finally killed or absorbed in the eternal bliss. To focus within the self on the higher attractiveness of bliss is the best way to overcome any lower sensory attraction. And so although attraction is on the side of evil in the beginning, it becomes the greatest attraction. This is why I said before, if you like stale cheese, then get a taste for good cheese. And you'll find that taste for stale cheese is no longer there. When you have a taste for anything, try to find some substitute for it that will be more pleasurable, that will help to raise at least your level of appreciation to a more subtle level of refinement. So then vikarna, repulsion or dislikes. Dislikes are a part of Maya. They're a part of delusion. They are the second likes and dislikes. They're the duality of delusion. We must get rid of likes and dislikes and accept that anything that comes, let it come. I have found in my life that by accepting both pain and pleasure, both nice things and ugly things, if they just have to be there, then let them be. It doesn't matter. People have tried to attack me and tried to destroy me, but they haven't bothered me because they're just the same to me as if they wanted to flatter me. It's all a part of delusion. You are in yourself, and in that center in yourself, not to be self-centered in the ego, but to be centered in the great self, the spiritual being inside you, then nothing can touch you. And so dislikes are a part of Maya, a part of delusion. The son of Somadhata, Bhurishavas, the impulse toward outward material activity, and Jayadratha, bondage to continued separate existence, not included in every version of the Gita, but subtly distinct from outward attachment or karna. All these qualities, we must understand that each one has a separate quality in itself, a separate individuality in itself. There's a poem in the English language, "My mind to me a kingdom is." I used to mock at it because it seemed so pretentious when I was in college. I was wrong to mock. Our mind really is a kingdom, and this is the essence of the teaching of the Mahabharata. If you can learn to think of each quality as a different individual, then you can begin to detach that individual from yourself. You can begin to say that, well, I am not that. I'm observing that quality in me. When I get angry, there's anger as an individual being. You know, people don't understand the extent to which there really is a demonic power in this world. A great woman saint in India, Anandamoyi Ma, she had a cancer in the liver. And one day she was reclining, and suddenly this cancer in the form of a monkey, black monkey, jumped out of her stomach and ran and drowned itself in the Ganges, and she was free of this cancer. But the world is full of angels and demons. I don't want you to start getting spooked about it, but it wouldn't hurt to realize that anytime you are angry or lustful or greedy or all the various things that come to people, that this is not you. This is something outside of you which you have accepted into your aura. If you treat it as a separate being, then you can say, "Get away from me." As Jesus said, "Get thee behind me, Satan." The qualities in your mind must gradually be transformed. You know, outside of barrooms and places of low consciousness, there are demons there trying to wait and get into people's minds. Possession is a reality. It's not just a fanciful suggestion from the Bible. People don't know it, but they're possessed by all sorts of things. When they have desires over which they have no control, those are possessions. And how do you get rid of them? By loving God. Without love, you can't find him. Devotion to God, sincerely seeking him, these are important for your own life and well-being. Please take my words seriously because I mean them with all my heart. Joy to you.